If you grow up in certain neighborhoods, the question is not whether you're going to feel stress, it's how you're going to handle it. Stress and trauma happen, and it can either set us off or shut us down. Although we may feel the impact of stress and trauma differently, most of us believe that what is happening to us is out of our control. So how do you take care of yourself in the moment of trauma or crisis? While we can't always control what happens around us, we can control how we respond to things that really stress us out. Know that you have a choice. We're talking about how to keep a crisis from becoming a catastrophe. Something is happening in the moment and we're feeling like we're losing control. So how do we collect ourselves and keep someone else's drama from becoming our trauma? This is something I wish I had learned as a young person, because what I discovered was anytime something would catch me off guard or set me off, I found myself reacting without even thinking about the consequences. My heart would start beating really fast. I had trouble breathing, and I could feel the blood rushing to my head. And I would blow up on whoever was around me. It got me in a lot of trouble at school, in my neighborhood, and I even got shot when I was 15. All because I didn't know how to calm down and figure out what's happening inside of me and what to do to keep a crisis from becoming a catastrophe. And we all have stressful experiences. Your parent or another adult starts going off on you for what seems like no reason. Something happens at school or in the neighborhood or with somebody we're connected to that pisses us off. We see something on social media or we get a message or notification and we're ready to either completely shut down or go off. When we react without thinking it through first, it usually ends up bad for us or somebody else around us. So pay attention to how you're feeling and what your mind and body is telling you. Here are 3 steps that we can take to keep a crisis from becoming a catastrophe. Step 1 is to stop in that moment and breathe. Taking slow, deep breaths actually calms you down and helps you think more clearly. If you can, step away from this situation to regroup. The goal is to keep yourself safe and perhaps others too by not overreacting. Again, step 1, immediately pause, take some slow deep breaths and step away. Now, don't stop there. Step 2 is to make sure you're okay and in the clear. So as soon as possible, we need to take care of ourselves physically, mentally, and emotionally. Doing something that's positive and healthy keeps you grounded, calms you down, and starts to relieve your stress. Maybe writing down your thoughts and feelings, getting it out of your system through journaling, drawing, or poetry, listening to some music or watching some comedy that makes us feel better, gets us laughing, and turns our mood around. Read inspiring lyrics, spoken word, or prayers that give you a feeling of calmness and being recentered. Then you'll start to feel your spirits elevate. We can even take a short walk or exercise to get the stress out. Remember, the goal is to quiet your mind so you can collect yourself and regain control. Most of the time, doing steps 1 and 2 can help you get to a better place. But sometimes, something traumatic happens, and even after a few days, we still feel like we can't shake it or get past it. In those situations, it's okay to reach out for more support. Step 3 will help you if steps 1 and 2 aren't enough. You could be feeling extra anxious and always be looking over your shoulder. You might be losing sleep or having nightmares. Maybe you're not eating enough or eating too much. You're finding it hard to stay focused, or you're going off on people for the littlest things. If you're still experiencing any of these things, remember, it's not you and it's not your fault. What's happening around us affects what's happening inside of us. See it as a sign that you probably need a little extra support, and that's okay. Now, step 3 is about having a conversation with a trusted friend. Talking to someone who will listen to you, keep it 100 with you, and let you vent as you get through this crisis. Or reach out to someone you trust that will be honest with you, like an ally or an adult that you know cares about you. Someone that can help you figure out what happened, why it was so stressful or traumatic, and give you suggestions for how to work through it. So the next time you're in a situation and your heart starts racing, your breathing feels out of control, and your stress levels rise, take a moment to regroup and listen to your body. We must remember we have control over how we respond. So use these 3 steps to keep a crisis from becoming a catastrophe. Again, step 1, immediately pause, take some slow deep breaths, and step away. Then step 2, as soon as possible, do something positive and healthy that grounds you. And if that's not enough and you're still bothered, step 3 is connecting with someone you trust who will keep it real. A different perspective can make a world of difference. More and more young people are figuring out how to make the choices necessary to remain positive in the face of adversity and to figure out how to take care of themselves in those traumatic moments. And it all starts with learning how to keep a crisis from becoming a catastrophe.